To continue the teaching, and particularly for the Sangha, I explained the motivation last time. So again, last time I mentioned Lama Chopa, the section of Lambrim Ledan Yama Balav Tato Tu Dunga Sumi Chisi Mangwater Tamen Jurun Sudu Chimbale Tanda Shura Jawa Jinjilo Tin today Sogatuna Davi Kwade Sogatuna Davi Kwade the samsara, which is so difficult to bear. Saka. And then like this samsara like prison. Like that. That you see totally only suffering nature. You don't want according to your wish, you don't want even for 1 second to be there, free from that. So the idea is like that. So what do Koradi? Gawe Tadr Tong Lopane. Gawe Tadr Tong Lopane. I avoid the renounce, the thought, seeing the samsara as a beautiful park. Seeing the samsara as a beautiful park. Very, very important teaching. Seeing the samsara as a beautiful park. So from east, people want to go to west. So they believe the kind of some of the money and some of the wealth and some of the sense pleasure. And so they so kind of look at it kind of pleasurable, then more the suffering. So of course, when they arrive there, then really the test. Then, especially who know Dharma, then Kazare, who want Dharma, who, want to Dharma, then, want to learn Dharma, want to practice, then once you're there, when you're there, then you realize, wow, you don't have, there's a lifestyle. You see, you live that's very expensive. The way you live, is not that. Here in the East, you can live as you want, but there you have to live according to the what do you call it, situation or the legal or situation. Rule, yeah. So you see, everything's expensive. So you have to. That's lifestyle. You see. Then you really have to work hard. Yeah, you have to. The many Tibetans, they work not only daytime, they work in the night time. They also not go for nighttime job. Yeah, in Canada, also. I think there may be also other countries. So what they do is each year, they come to me offering some families to Sarah, and they will, whichever for tradition wherever you kind of belong to, and so then they go to make offerings to those monastery monks. I mean, yes, this is their way of collecting merit, sort of doing something good. So each year, I don't know, each year or alternate, or they make some money and then come to my offering to the monasteries. So, of course, even that, of course, your motivation has to be Dharma, holy Dharma, not worldly Dharma. Not worldly Dharma. That makes your actions, Buddhist mind, actions, meditating, reciting text, So, many of these things non-virtual, because your mind is not Dharma, not the holy Dharma, worldly Dharma. So your actions become worldly action, non-virtue, result only suffering. After death, result only suffering. So especially like that. So I mean, even that has even that depends on motivation. Your actions to become Dharma, you want to cause for happiness, and then you see your mind has become holy Dharma, then understand by worldly concern. So of course, yes, as you know, with genetic Lama Atisha translator in Tibet. So Lama Atisha asked Jodamdamba to establish the monastery. It's a large monastery. I went there the third time my pilgrimage in Tibet went there, Reading. So above Reading, then there's a Lama Tsongkhapa hermitage where he wrote liberation of Lamrin Chemo, or the great path to enlightenment, where he wrote one room where he wrote, where he gave teachings, but they're now ruined. Only one side walls left, all ruined. But I don't know whether it's allowed, not allowed, but I thought to bring one stone from there, to ask the monk who is the appointed by Chinese as a leader of the monastery. There's the abbot, but I think maybe not so much power. Their monastery. There's a monk. Each monastery has appointed by Chinese office. So anything that happens goes through that to report to Chinese office. So anyway, I didn't get to ask him. We were doing. We became late. I mentioned the story before. We became a little bit late because they invited us. This monk invited us. Kind of sort of welcome to us, sort of tea and kind of biscuits and things. So, and then we went late up there. So with George lit the candles with George. The monk was there. We did. And I didn't get to ask him to give me a stone from that, which is incredible blessing, Lama Chopa, Yeah, but didn't get done. So it became late. There is Lama Umapa. Lama Chopa was a guru, one of the guru. Lama Umapa. So maybe it's such, I'm not sure. Lama Umapa. They're fixed, but we didn't have time to go up. There was they fixed. So we did prayer, but nobody fell down. It became night, so we had to walk down to the monastery. So fortunately, nobody fell down. Nobody fell down. Nobody passed away. I think, because it's quite steep. Before we came, Chinese authority announced to the village, don't come to the monastery during our time. 3 days were there. I think so. Nobody came. No Tibetans. Otherwise, because I have name Rinpoche, just very dry name, and then people come to the blessing. Even I don't have blessing, but so I think morning. Around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, one lady came. One lady came. She has incense, some wood incense in the apricot. Apron. Apron, wrapped in the apron. She came around 10:30, 11, only one in my tent. I was there only one. I was alone in the tent, so she came brought up. That she came just secretly. I don't know who she is. Can't say. Yeah, she did that. Maybe it was incense. I'm not sure. That's all. Yeah. It's a great monastery. Where the Katamageshi Potowa. After Dronta, many Katamageshis came out from there. Amazing. So that's, I think I already explained before, I think. At the beginning, there's water. Up there, there's Lama dishes something Mijuduche. I think one statue, this much. Very precious. So, Lama dishes, devoted to hold up to it. Give to a Jawatum or some upstairs, or the downstairs is water. So if you drink that water, you never get a bottle of realms. you don't get it if you die. So that's what you can, everybody drinks water. Only I'll drop the monastery. I think maybe next day or the same day, I don't know. Then we saw the statue. Statue is much and pressure. Then offered gold, and I offered pearl mala. They makes him offer gold. The gold was supposed to continue for 1 year, I think. Yeah, Mr. Karuna. Yeah, they offered birth, to the Buddha, you see. Yeah. Oh, so that. I see. So the Jodromdamba was walking in the forest. So there are trees, very, very old trees, all like that. Old, very old trees. And unbelievable trees. So those trees are Jodromdamba. He scattered his hair and grew these trees. That's the story. Similar Swayambhu trees, Nagarjuna cut his, they're sprinkled on the mountain, so those trees happened. Similar story. There's similar story in Tibet. So, yeah. So anyway, Jodromdamba was walking in the forest, and then this man was meditating, I think. The Jodromdamba asked, "What are you doing?" "I'm meditating." So it's good that you're meditating, but it isn't better to practice Holy Dharma. But he was sitting like this. So then he changed probably reading text. So he was kept on reading text. Then one day Jodromdamba was walking in the forest, so saw the man reading text. "What are you doing?" So I'm reading Dharma text. Yeah, it is good that you're reading Dharma text, but it isn't better to practice Dharma. I said, yeah. Then he thought maybe better to circumambulate the temple. So he circumambulated. He left the reading text and they went down the temple. And so then again Jodromdamba came and met this older man and said, what are you doing? And I'm circumambulating the temple. Then he said, "It's good that you are circumambulating the temple, but it wouldn't be better to practice Holy Dharma." Then after 3 times, then he asked, before he didn't ask, only after 3 times, then he asked. I guess maybe he ran out of what it means for practice Holy Dharma, so he ran out of so his examples. So anyway, he asked Jodromdamba, "What do you mean by practicing Dharma?" Jodromdamba said, "Renounce this life." So, yeah. So, renounce this life doesn't mean, you give up with everything casually. Then, I think maybe even the body has to, given up, even the bare body. Besides family, even the body. So anyway, what it means is all the sufferings, all the problems, all the non-virtue, is come the root, the identity, it world concern, it world dharma, it world concern. So, you see, attachment cling to this life. Attachment cling to this life. So all the suffering, the world suffers. Everybody suffers. Those who don't practice Dharma, everybody suffers. So it came from that, including animals, ants, tigers, elephants, wilds, like mountains, no ocean, everybody suffers. Kings suffer, beggars suffer, who has $1 trillion, who has only stick to beat the dogs, and the beggar who beg food one day and live on that. So the suffering all came from attachment, clinging to this life, clinging the pleasure of this. So, what it means is, so renounce, give up the root of all the problems, the attachment clinging to this life pleasure, world concern. So, that. Yeah, so all the problems, all the sufferings, dissatisfaction. No matter how much you have, $1 trillion, how much you have, you don't have satisfaction. You don't have happiness. More and more dissatisfaction. Real suffering. More and more dissatisfaction. More you have wild. For many people, many world people suffer that, or suffering. Mental suffering, even though they have everything physically. Mind suffer, unbelievable. Unbelievable. In Delhi, I told him that, yeah. In Delhi, Rinpoche mentioned, many people know that, Rinpoche. He only gave teaching in Yamataga, at Tushita Delhi, I think. What did that? So he told the people, students, the Kasa. The people, they put people in making the road, walking in the hot sun outside, yeah, those very simple people. Then it's so hot, walking in the road. So they see the big building, inside the building. Oh, those people with air conditioning, with the fans, so good, like a devil realm. Oh, there's so much happiness. Wow, there's so good life. With the fans and the fans outside, they walk in the road. So hot. So they're very attractive. But those people, those business people with the fans in the office, but so much problems, the relationships, all the business problem, dissatisfaction, how much world they have, so much mind is unhappy, so much. Then they look at down outside, those poor people, walking the road, and they're so good. Their life's so good. They have no problem. They have no problem like them. They have no problem all this, all the wealth and all that. They don't have no problem. Oh, that's just festival there. Do the work, with the body, do the work. Easy there to the work. And it's simple, there's no problem. They think like that. They're attracted to the poor people in the road. They're attracted. It's because there's so much suffering. Well, there's so much mental problem. They're attracted to the people. Oh, so good. Yeah. So he gave this example. So they attract each other like that, but for the unbelievable suffering. In office, fans gone, all this, so much suffering, so much problem. You see? So that's that being the samsara is that. You have to know that, you see? So what I was saying. So looking at samsara as a beautiful park, samsara is only total on nature suffering, but it's like being the person who really living Dharma. Told to renounce his life. I mean, you see, seeing samsara, who has a renunciation of samsara, seeing this being samsara is like being in the center of the fire, red fire, very hot, being caught in that. So it's like that. No, it's like sitting in the Vinaya teaching of the, it's like sitting on the top of the needle. You sit on the top, you put needle on the ground, up like this, then you sit on top, no pleasure. Oh, being the samsara is like that. So example. No, that is Lama Chopa, the prison, but the prison, when you're prison, you don't, to be prison, you're going to go wish, not even second. So it's like your body, negative body wrapped up with thorn bush, all around the thorn bush. You see? Like that. There's another example. Being samsara like that. So if you able to realize renunciation, samsara, really how's the samsara, that's how you see. That's how you feel. So constantly, you see, you don't have even day, hour, minute wish to be in samsara. You understand? Like that, you see? That. So therefore, to be free from samsara, then the essence, the essential part is 3 heart trainings. Heart training of the wisdom, or then you see the realization of emptiness, see emptiness there. Unified to the basis of the samatha karma. You see, so you analyze the emptiness and the same thing. Oh, that's based on the heart and concentration, samatha, no samadhi, samatha. Then that's the best on the heart of the morality. That's the essential part to be free from samsara. So now you see why you have to be, why Sangha is important, why Sangha is important, why the love is important, why Dhamma practice is important. So now you understand. So you see. Then now you see. Wow, there's many people say, why you bring Sangha? Why? I don't understand. Why you practice Dhamma? Why bring lay person? Why? What's the difference? Why? There are many people that question. You see. Doesn't know what the so yeah. Oh, what causes to be free from samsara? Then you understand. Oh, that's it. Then it is said by Lama Chopa, by Renunciation, the easy way, what makes it easy to practice these things, because practice moralities, Hallucination, morality, best of all those realizations. So, get along, to be get along, full bhikshu. And what makes it so easy to practice morality. So it's Lama Chopa mentioned in the Renunciation. The basic things because being Sangha as so they being Sangha is the cultural, worldly activities, the household activities. More time to practice Dharma, to actualize, to learn, to learn, to think, to actualize. So tell some gums, so that more time, more able to do. So the other lives then, you see, your life is completely caught in the family life, and then you see, completely caught in the life is caught in this life, just this life, with the family, with this life. So you see, so you live like that. So no. So you can practice Dharma for not much time. Kind of general. I'm talking about general, not. I'm not saying everybody like this. No, I'm making general talk. General is like this. So life is so focused, and then very difficult. Very difficult to do this. Live in the heart and the morality, then concentration, wisdom, very difficult. Then the exalted pathway. So that's the reason, more freedom. Through then you see, through that, you see, you develop a renunciation. How your samsara nature is suffering so much. Then you use that as reasoning. Then you see every numberless Oh, so much suffering. Compassion, generate compassion. Unbelievable. Unbelievable compassion. Wow. Then, strong compassion, strong bodhicitta, 그거가 enlightenment. Then 그거가 to free for you to free the sentient beings from the ocean, samsara. 그거가 to bring them to enlightenment. Like that. So now you see the end. Now you see the goal. Okay, all right. 아까 그다 소헛전을 해놓고 가외 찬들 성별로 봤네. So seeing the samsara is a beautiful park. So renounce it. See, the thought attachment. After power, you do then you hold 3 trainings. Power node, there's a power node dun. There's exalted beings, world, inner world. There's 7. Those who did, but for them, please bless me to hold the banner of the liberation. There. So, yeah, so what I was saying before. So then Eastern people, when then they come to, they pray for whole life, and then they work very hard to get a visa. Then they come to West, and then they come to realize how hard it is. How to work, what's hard to, unbelievable. So not like what you taught before. Then particular in the East is there many holy objects, but here like Kathmandu, Buddhism, Swaminath, and there's so many holy places like Nepal, Bodhanath. I think the 1,000 years, and some the Lama Buddha. I mean, there are so many holy places, but thousands of years ago, it's not like clean, not like the West of those, but that would, thousands of years were so holy, unbelievable. So many beings became enlightened. So many Buddhas up there. So easy to purify nirkama. By going those holy places, So so easy. Even the dogs going around, they purify past nirkama. They create cause of enlightenment. Even the dogs, birds going around. So much opportunity. Lama. Wow. So besides, you want to learn Dharma, so much opportunity. Wow. So like that, you see, yeah. So, for example, Buddha like that. All the Buddhas, holy man, wisdom, Dhammakaya manifested. for the ascended beings to purify, to liberate from lordom, to bring the enlightenment. Wow. Exactly. This is just an example. Whoa. So that's super. You see, in your view, your view came from your mind, not came from outside. Came from your mind. Depending on how much pure, depending on how much impure. So you see outside all the things according to your mind, how much pure, you see outside more pure. If more impure, you see outside all things more impure. That. Everything is connected to your mind. You know, what form, sound, smell, taste, tangible object, six object of the mind, yeah. So appearance all came from your mind, connected to your mind. So crazy. So, yeah. So, for example, now you have a dualist mind, yeah. Everything be real from there. You believe it's real. You know that. But when you become enlightened, so by having actualized the path, by actualized the path of method in the Sutra, the lesser part taught in Sutra, Mahayana Sutra, taught in Mahayana Tantra. So, then you totally purified, negative imprint. You know, imprint, negative imprint, totally removed. Cease. So there is no dualism. There is no dualism view. So, yeah. You know, existed from its side. There is no dualism view. You don't dualism view. You don't ordinary view. You don't dualism view. So the people came from your mind. So even the subtle negative obscuration purified, subtle negative purified. There's no you don't have ordinary view. You know, there's no dualist view. So that. So Buddha, whatever appears is pure appearance. That. So then you see the suffering, you see the what suffering has been experienced, you see that. So Buddha see, of course, Buddha see directly all the past existence from beginningless, now, future, at the same time. So, yeah. So like that, so, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to say, yeah, so anyway, yeah, maybe just, I did mention these things before, I think, a long time ago, I think. But anyway, depending on the subject, so I mention again, much help to support. So there's a suffering pain, you know, yeah, all the suffering pain, even not the human being, even the animals, you know, they don't experience all that. Okay, that's it only says. You know, if you hold a stick, then dog know that they will suffer, you know, they run away. So that is the example. So anyway, the samsara suffering change. So yeah. So anyway, I've told many times. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Okay, though. Oh, then yeah, you are feeling hot in the hot sun or the whatever. So, okay, so you won't get in the water, cold water. Okay, so you get in the cold water, or then you feel cold. Yeah. So that time. You see, hot, feeling hot, start to stop from great to small. Start to stop from the great. Then when you get in the cold water, you see, and then start to experience the cold, cold suffering, from small to the great. From small to great, it started. So basically, it's only suffering. So the hot start from great, small, then cold suffering, start from small to great, start from small. So there's no pleasure, there's no real pleasure there. That's just suffering. The basis is only suffering. Then that is called pleasure. And that one is called pleasure, you see? And your mind level pleasure. Yeah. So because the suffering hot, start to stop from great. Yeah, so that feeling, with only suffering, only your mind is pleasure. So then it comes pleasure, but you don't know. It's just came from your mind. Just now, it's the second came from your concept, merely imputed. But you don't know. No idea. You have no idea. Then you see, because the habit from beginning to the body, you see anything appear exists from its own side. Truly isn't by itself real. So appears that's the hallucination. The mind is from beginning to the so yeah. So you don't recognize that. So then immediately, oh, then you mind concept, your concept, you general concept. Oh, this is real. This is real. This is true. So that they say. So this has been like this, believing like this, wrong belief from beginning to the end. It's real. That belief is real. No concept, you see. So from beginning to the end. So not aware, totally not aware. This is subtle things, not totally not aware. So, then after that, believing real, then attachment rises. Attachment to cling all that. That's then it comes good about the attachment anger rises. Better than it. Good than the attachment. So the wrong concept. Oh, build up, you see. the cause of samsara. Maybe I mentioned this. I mentioned many times. But I can mention again. Lama Chopa mentioned Lama Chopa. So ignorance is exaggerated. So this concept is ignorance. Believe it, this is real. Oh, this is true. Oh, this is real. Oh, this is true. Yeah. That's the concept of ignorance. Concept exaggerated in that nature. 아니 두면들로서 비켜봤더니 두면 then bad and good 두면들로서 비켜봤더니 bad and good the differentiated better first is ignorance exaggerated. You understand? Exaggerated. Believing is real. Okay? In that nature, then discriminate is very good. Then, only then, you have to know only then, anger is not anger is together. No, you must think, no, after. Then, only then, attachment anger arises. After discriminate is very good. You have to tell very important. You think it's all comes together, no? So, so didn't encourage this. Then you said, is Nangjang. These wrong concepts, way of holding Zindangjang, the way of holding the objects. This is wrong concept. Today Zindangjang, Rigbe, Sun Chungar Nuvaino. The way of these wrong concepts, way of holding the objects, with the logic, Rigbe with the logical mind, with the logic, Rigbe Sun Chungar Nuvaino, can be proved, or this told wrong. By logic. That's a no. Logic. Can prove this wrong concept and can be get it out. And to get it best one to way. Lama Chopa. Very important, you see? Analysis. So as I say, so the nobody knows them is able to do this. Then there's a Umaship Japa, middle where the 400 stands out this smell of quotation. Anyway, so that's how you create suffering in the life. Suffer samsara. You understand? How you create samsara. Oh, now you understand. So anyway, so now, suffering change. Yeah, so you see, so okay, so that reality of that there is no pleasure. Real pleasure there, there's nothing, only suffering. You see, So all these hallucinations, up in your life. You create all these hallucinations. Okay, so yeah, so then your life is totally has involved in the hallucination, or double, triple, third, hallucination, hallucinate your life. That see, yeah. Oh, so of course, most important is realize, recognize the nature of suffering. Samsara, renunciation, so important. Yeah. So you fell in the fire and burning, constantly suffering until that's yeah. So okay. So Kasare. So this motivation was related to is why we practice morality. What I'm going to talk related. So for example, some sort of pleasure, or like that. This I'm giving you idea. This is one example, clear example. Recognize all hallucination. So similar, you see, and then when it's so hungry, first is eat a spoon of food, then the hunger stops from what? Then start feeling the uncomfortable stomach, start from tiny, from small. Those things. Then it's that's one you call pleasure, is it? But it's not suffering. That's all the samsaric pleasures like that. You understand? You understand? So real pleasure from outside, that is hallucination. That you have to know. In order, if you know that, practice morality is then easy. If you don't know that, your mind is drawn that, gone. Then how much vow you have taken is gone. So didn't the yeah. So in the foundation good quality, they mentioned is in Deshu Jurma, by Lama Chopa, but I cannot remember again easily. They mentioned the six types of shortcomings of samsara. There are two mentioned there. Do you know the word? The word. I don't remember the word. Okay, maybe I'll stop there. Maybe I'll stop here because I don't remember. 저래, she mentioned, 제배 민검, 눈알꾼이 와. 제배 민검, 눈알꾼이 그. 이대멸은 세배 분석기 예매르네 타외 대화라 두니에 전부 제발진이로 응후해보 unbelievable teaching 제배 민음 둥아군지고 so by enjoying jebe minimum, then don't get satisfaction. Jebe minimum. You don't get contaminated. Discontamination, or dissatisfied, and how much you use as I enjoy the pleasure. Good, dissatisfied. 제외 명어, 동학군이고, so that becomes that becomes the door of all the samsara suffering. That becomes the door of all the samsara suffering. You have to think about that. It's very true, 100%. How much you use, you see, you never get satisfaction. For example, alcohol, you drink one, or Lama says, maybe, for example, one old man took the 5 precepts from the Japjaling Rinpoche. He often says that. Japjaling Rinpoche. Then there comes to not drink alcohol. Then old man said, oh, it's so difficult. That always so difficult to not drink alcohol. He said, so difficult. Oh, then you drink, you can drink little, but not much to be intoxicated. He gave permission for the man, because the man said, it was so difficult to not drink. So he got permission. So anyway, adjustment. So you drink 1 sip, 2 sip, 3 sip, then you want to drink more, just 1 sip like that. Then then you're drunk. At the beginning you might all drink small, little, then, but then because then you enjoy, then you get taking, then you don't get satisfied. That because that. When you drink more, then you become drunk. You see, and so that's one action. But then your life becomes like that. Then your life becomes alcohol lives. And then drunk alcohol, you mean your whole life, you see, like that. Then there's similar, only drugs. Then you see, maybe you want to try some. Then you got how much you take it? You don't get satisfaction. Worse, more difficult. Then so difficult, and you have to steal from the. It costs a lot. Then you have to steal from parents. Then you destroy your life. You can't do normal work, a job. You can't do the normal human beings. The jobs and studying you can't do. Completely destroy. So you can relate that with the many, with the relationships, with the sex, or the So like that. Yeah, more dissatisfied. More dissatisfied. I mean, many things you can let result from many actions and move there. Then you make your life so difficult. It makes even government difficult. They've built so many prisons. Even the prisons are not enough house. They've built more. So even makes not only parents, but makes government very difficult. So that then that is this life. Then after death, then lower realm. Your resident home is the lower realm for eons. Some what to do. Whole thing is the whole mistake due to ignorance. Not knowing. The whole sky completely dark. No star, no moon, no sun. But forgive like that. Ignorance. So you destroy yourself. From the beginning of the birth. Papa. That, you see, even you are not involved, but you think of those people. You think of one person, two person, so many people in the world involved. Then they suffer. Eons. And samsara no but the Lord. Wow. You can't relax. If it's by thinking suffering others, you can't relax. I mean, you can't just ignore. You just can't do. You're practicing Dharma. At least that Omani Pema home to provide them. Free for samsara. Yeah, at least if you know nothing, just Omani Pema. Or you don't nothing. You know, if you don't with a good heart, help out the people. Whatever you can do, help out to, protect them from suffering. What you can do, Even you don't accept Dharma. So, this is numberless. Even you're not involved. But I'm here now, I'm talking about compassion. Okay, maybe I'll stop here. So, maybe I'll stop here, okay? Chanjo Sanjo Rinpoche Mache Pona Tiji Cheba Nyamba Kone Kondo Vewa Sho. The positive presentation made it to go. Three made it to go. Then generate the body to source of all the happiness, success, power, support, everything, including all to be general with them in the heart of every single helping, every single animal, every single animal, every single human being, every single soul. Not only this world, the number of the universe. Oh, that's interesting. Those who had Buddhism, it were Oh, then, normally sentiments died, particular virus and all those try to die now. All those, the all those are the living ones, all right. All the students and all the benefactors. So in all the lifetime, Lama Chopa by bringing me mind and back to Maya, Maya Guru directly. I said, Maya director. Guru, directly, the Guru, they never separate from the path, the pure path that pleases all the Buddhas. Chara kundu jawa tonga vete cho zini ngosu jave tu jave ngape lamsa tenye keje tayan dawa amadu mejo namdara tangme jimdan de la je jaze chebe Nindo jede to chege rinye nanju Razan javi tenda jawara ajo. And then all those living ones, those living ones, then never able to be reborn, Lord, and then the Catholic. Yeah, free from disease and the spirit of the and then all the wishes to succeed, they come to Haridama and with the general body to the achievement. As quick as possible. Yeah, today we do this dual garlands from Nagarjuna teaching Jabal Tamba, advising to the king, the dual garlands. Sadang, Chudang, Medang, Gombe, Xijin to Tato Kame, Jechel, Shaw. Tato Kame, Jechel, Shaw. No. No. Always then has without resistance, then to be enjoyed by sentiments, oneself, yourself, all the time without tongue, all the time. What are you happy, not happy, or what are you? All the time, enjoy my sentiments without resistance. Oh, you can't do you from your childhood, no. So other sentiments use sa, earth, and water, fire, wind, medicine, and garbage, forest, wood in the forest. Like that. How do you enjoy this? Tall. How you? I'm going to use by them. Semjen namla so sim pang. So the first, that's my own understanding. First, you change the most of your life. The numberless and bungs. Numberless and bungs. But you change the most. You see, they know, so like that. Every sentence being is so precious. So precious. Is there? Like you think yourself, what's something like that. Then you realize, not you are more important than him. No, not at all. So we think this. So therefore, as you don't want suffering, only want happiness, so all sentient need happiness. They shouldn't have suffering. It's a time. So now, all the suffering came from the I. Cherishing from beginner's report, now, also future. If you don't practice Dharma, you don't practice Bodhicitta. Like this suffering, samsara, experience without end. So, you see, none of that. Not only is all the suffering comes right, your subject may suffer. Not that. Your subject harm to numberless sentient beings. Harm to numberless sentient beings. Harm. Self-sentient thought may harm. Numberless sentence brings every sentence being numberless helpless, numberless hungry, numberless animal, numberless spirit, numberless enemies. You cause numberless sentence beings suffer from beginning, but now, or in the future, if you don't practice Dharma, if you don't practice Bodhicitta. You have to recognize that. Self-sensation thought. You have to recognize that. How unbelievable, you can't self-sensation. Now then you understand. Otherwise you become friend with self-sensation. Friend with self-sensation. Then the guru who brings you free samsara, enlightenment, free lordship, free samsara, Lord Nibbana, and then the self-sensation thought, I see, in the reality from beginningless suffer now and future, or even harm to numberless sinners suffer. Then you become best friend. You become the best friend of the self-sensation thought, than the guru. When it comes to an important point, then your self-sensation thought becomes the real guru. You take a real guru to follow. So that. So other ones are to abandon. Your self-sensation don't like, attachment don't like, so abandon. So you for self-change thought as guru, so as a sole object. So it becomes like that. Even doesn't know. So that's the so now, so the I or the subject or is to be abandoned without delay. Second, or the Katambake said, I don't remember the word that. Also, what is called I, immediately like the kind of poison around you that kills you, or kaka, some produce such a smell. You get rid of it, they like that. Then others, from where you get a sort of all that past, present, all every single thing, all the qualities. So you cherish immediately, without delay. Other cherish immediately. I don't remember the terms. So so cherish all something, all like that. The master, most dear, most kind, most precious, which will do. So now next one. So what is that? Next one. Dada Chepan Sho. So may that sentence brings cherish me the most. So that sounds like following self-change thought. Not that. Wow. That was the saying is that they follow me as guru and cherish me most. So they get all happiness. They get enlargement. The main motivation is for them get happiness, all that enlargement, all that one. It may sound like a subject, not that. Then whatever sufferings that may be happened to me. Okay, meditate on that. Start from hell. With the cause of delusion. whatever merit happiness of collective maybe happened through all the settlements. Mental. So you can do the charity your body in which control. Numberless which control is started as I explained. Then after the wish grand jewel in wish grand jewel Amanbari, all the enjoyment also wish grand jewel. It's the shape maybe not necessarily, but the essence like that. Yeah, after that, past, present, future, all the merits are cemented. Then everyone became enlightened. The end, the very last one. Whichever deity you are practicing, they become that. Okay. Jesus simply gashi ja khandra mountain, that's it. Changju to Niji. So the commentary, even there's only one sentence left in samsara, but even though I can achieve enlightenment, but I but in samsara to help them. That attitude, dedicated person, develop that. All the part of the visa marriage to Colorado, marriage to Colorado, Buddhas. Oh, I listen being I see the hero, remember, try to. This sentence be oh, see me, hear me, touch me, remember. But just by the may all the suffering be passed by. Immediately and receive all the happiness, including enlightenment, immediately. Okay. Due to all the past, the best, the best, the marriage, the glad, the marriage, the marriage, the glad, the marriage, the marriage, Buddhas. And that which is a middle little about the mind. May I was the middle little about the mind. It is a Buddha, but it is a middle about the mind. Lead all the sentient beings. Or a mirror all about mind. You know. To that Buddhahood, which is middle level Leviathan. Biomassal Alran was a middle level Leviathan. Jambun Bave Chita Jambata Kunta Sangbo de Antejin de Teta Kunje Santalo Chekewa Teta Tamji Raptu Teta Chepe Jawa Tamji Jungowa Kangla Chutu Ngowa Yeta Kekewe Tawa Tiki Sangbo Chuchi Raptu Ngowa Raji Jite Akamandere Payande Amaleba Halaju Sabe Toma Tenzin Jazo Kote Tenzin Toze Sure. Thank you very much.